Okay, this is day 4. Man, I don't know. It's hard for me to see inside this camera where everything is. I can't even spot root beer. There he comes. This is day 4. Root beer. It'd be interesting to see the tapes from the other day, but he's starting to fill out. I've got him on about a half a bale of alfalfa a day. Everybody talks about alfalfa's too hot, alfalfa's too much, just feed them coastal. God, if I've heard that once, I've heard it 100 times. The trouble with coastal is you don't know what the protein content is, and if you get a bad load of coastal, your horse can go down in weight. And you can see he's not down in weight. He's filled out back in the back section just in 3 or 4 days. And about all he can eat a day, make a mess like he's doing now, is just about a half a bale a day of good alfalfa. And he's got, it's not primo alfalfa, but it's alfalfa, and it's got, about 12% protein in it. I don't have him on any grain. I may start him on grain in about a month to see how he'll take to that. We had the hardest time getting him to drink out of that. He just didn't want to drink out of a big container, and he did not want to drink with his head down. And I kept watering him in that green container and moved it around the pen until I got close to the water, and now he's okay with it. But I don't know why that's the case, whether or not he was using those feeders up at the BLM and they're square and they're a box and they have to put their nose down in there, if he was just used to that. He's got, I know you can't see it, but he's got 2 claw prints on his back rump that he got when he was really small, and they are perfect mountain lion cuts, and they've grown over, but when he gets out in the sun and starts to sweat, they'll start to glisten, and you can see the pattern. So he's been, see, there he is. He's finally gone to the tub. He doesn't like it. I mean, and I don't know, it could be just the smell of the kind of a rubbery tub that he doesn't like, but he didn't really smell it that much, but he just, he didn't like it. And now we moved him over to it. And, people say, well, he'd have gone to the water, they'll go to water no matter what, and they will. But, I didn't want to, he's already stressed out from the trip, bring him down here, he eats a bale of alfalfa and doesn't drink any water. I don't need that. So, if I have to go a little bit and get him a bucket so he can drink out of a bucket for a few days, so be it. I worked him this morning a little bit with the pole. Not very long. He picked up real quick. I ran him around probably 10 or 12 times. He turned towards me every time. I let off on him 3 or 4 times. He was fine. I mean, I could have spent more time with him, but he got it. So, what's the point? He turned in towards me real well, focused on me, smelled the stick. One bit of advice I would give you is leave your tools that you use to clean up the pen. Leave those tools out adjacent to the pen where he can smell it, because he has this library of smells. And when I use the yellow stick, I kept the yellow stick over here on this side. I don't know if you can see it. I keep that yellow stick on the side of the pen, and he goes back and smells that yellow stick about, every time he gets by it, he'll go back and smell it for my scent. And then the fork that I use to clean up, he goes around and smells that, and he'll smell something, and then he'll go back to that tool and clean this out. Now, the people that professionally train horses may know all this. You know, I don't know. This is all new for me. I'm brand new. Never done this before. Don't even want to consider myself an expert. I'm just trying to show you things that I observe as I work my way through this process, and it is just, I'm just working my way through this process of training a wild horse. And you know, I may make mistakes, may do stupid stuff, you know, I mean, but what I'm just trying to show you that a person that has never trained a wild horse before can read books, can follow some basic information, go to clinics. You know, I spend a lot of time with these wild horses. Every time I get a chance, every auction there is in my vicinity, I go. I spend time up in Pauls Valley all the time watching horses, and I just go up there and watch the horses. I mean, if you want to learn a whole lot, just get up there, get you a lawn chair, sit out there and watch the horses, because they have their language. They have the way they talk. Now this horse right here, I mean, you know, I don't know. He seems to be above average as far as temperament. He's not soured, he's not mad, he's not overprotective. You don't have a lot of that in wild horses because their language doesn't allow it. They're just simply, you know, he's not a, he's dominant. He doesn't take any crap off the other horses, but at the same token, he's never kicked, he's never reared up, he's never thrown a fit, you know, he's just sitting here. I mean, and I trust him. I trust this horse. And I've had experience with tame horses, you know, domestic horses, and, you know, I never trust them, you know, because I don't know what they're thinking. But this horse, I know what he's thinking. He's thinking, number one, I don't want to get eaten. And that's his, you know, he wants something to eat, and he wants not to be eaten. And I haven't worked him. This is 4th day. I was thinking about working him on the 2nd day, and I got thinking about it, and I thought about it again yesterday, thinking about working him around the pen. And, you know, you can just tell from the horse, they're just not relaxed enough. You know, they need to know, just like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, they need to know they're safe first. They need to know that that food's going to be there. They need to know that you're out there every morning cleaning up their crap. I mean, they, once they're into that, then it's time to train them. But, you know, give them a chance to really get familiar with their surroundings. Let them really settle in before you start to train them. Because I just don't think that helps them. I mean, it just pushes them too much. And I've seen these Mustangs go along for 30 days, 40 days, trainer be working with them, and then they blow up. You know, and then the trainers get afraid of them because they've blown up on them. And they don't understand why they blew up on them. Don't push them, okay? Don't push these horses. They take longer. Okay? All right, that's all for today. Thank you.